have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from
in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Str8nochaser.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. Also, thanks to those of you tuned in on the Queen QueenAShakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen QueenAShakur, and this is your daily vitamins. Okay, as you can see, we have the lovely Str8nochaser with the Queen Tina Berry here. Okay, along with Dominique Devereaux. And also Yusuf from Tea in the Teal Kitchen with Yusuf. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a story that I discussed earlier this week. And when I talked about the story earlier this week, I didn't have all of the information as far as what led up to the untimely demise of Mrs. Alicia Lofton. Okay, so, you know, people from her hometown in Grand Rapids, Michigan, friends and people, you know, on social media who knew her have said that she and her husband had some issues going on and that she posted about these things on her social media. So before we get into our commentary and give our opinions on this, well, I'm going to show the videos of you know, depicting what happened or whatever, and some of the social media posts from what people have said. All right, but first, let's see who's in the chat. Hello, Christopher, Mr. Hotel, Divine Order, Kingetta, I Am Joy, Deronda is here. All right, shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Hello, Garth, Ayan is here. Hundia, shout out to my mods putting in the work. All right, I see Laverne, Kathy B, Silent D. Okay, Pearly, Emperor Rex is here, Anne Marie. All right, so that all been said, hey, Terry Hinton, Cancer 2184 is in the house. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share the screen so you all can see these videos. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Y'all know they have Queen Shadow Band, all right? And don't forget to also follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, Twitter, DGoddess27. And also, please make sure to double check to see if you're still subscribed, specifically if you have not been receiving your notifications. And also, if you don't like the commentary or anything that any of us have to say, well, you already know you can exit stage left. We had somebody in here trolling last night, honey, just talking slick when me and Nathan were on here. So if we see anybody talking crazy, mind you already know what to do. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this up here.
Killed his wife when she found out that he was cheating on her with another man.
If you've not seen that video, please go watch the entire video in its entirety. Now, a lot of y'all wonder why did I stop making the Ask a Gay videos. They were extremely popular. All of them went viral. I gained pretty much all my followers from those videos. So why would I stop making them? I repeatedly got inboxed on Instagram about people finding out their boyfriends, their husbands were DL from my videos. While we were laughing and joking on TikTok, I was ruining people's lives in private. I'm not okay with that. I'm not saying I condone being DL and all of that, but I understand why they are, and until they are ready, who am I to be the one to bring them out? And until heterosexual females stop judging men for sleeping with other men, then they can keep being on the downfall, all I'm concerned. Because look at the videos y'all post when y'all find out.
Okay, now we're going to have to definitely comment on what he said. I actually meant to play his video last. Okay, because he's a hot mess. But okay, let me put up the other one.
He killed his wife when she found out that he was cheating on her with another man.
If you've not seen that video, please go watch the entire video.
Hold on. Did I put up the wrong? Hold on, let me see.
He killed his wife when she found out that he was cheating on her with another man.
If you've not seen that video...
Okay, I'm sorry, technical issues, because what I apparently did is I uploaded his video twice rather than the main video. So let me see if I can find that real quick. Hold on, everybody. While I'm doing this, while I'm getting the correct video, you all look at this one, which was actually supposed to be part 2. This is just a news report. There we go.
Alicia was pronounced dead at the scene of the crime. Cops were called to the scene, but it was too late. Marcus was later apprehended by the police. Devereaux Lofton was arraigned Friday, August 18th on charges of open murder and felony firearm. He is held in jail without bond. This is a very sad case for everyone involved, especially her kids who would never get to see their mother ever again.
Family is sharing their grief tonight after a Grand Rapids mother was shot and killed last week.
According to court records, the suspect is in custody. It's the man she was trying to divorce. Our Julie Dunmeyer joins us with more. Julie.
Yeah, Josh and Max, family tells me it's hard for them to even hear Alicia Lofton's full name because she shares the same last name with the man who allegedly shot and killed her. Loved ones saying their main focus right now is on the 3 children she leaves behind.
Loving, outgoing, high-spirited, give you the clothes off her back, loved her kids, loved life.
This is Alicia Lofton, pictured here with her 3 children.
My oldest niece is graduating college next year, and her mom's not going to be there. She'll be looking in the crowd to see her mom. It's going to suck that my nephew isn't going to Grand Valley for his first year, and he's looking for his mom to be there. It's going to suck for my youngest niece in high school, who's not going to have her mom to pick out her prom dress.
Okay, so you all heard that. Hold on one second. I'm almost done. Okay. So, hold on. Let me stop this volume. Okay, so while that's downloading, let me see if I have this other video was supposed to be somebody else that responded to that video as well. Now, let me see if this is the right one.
Killed his wife when she found out that he was cheating on her with another man.
Y'all, please go back and watch my friend full video because she gonna break it down every fucking time. Bitch, follow her, okay? Because that's the news. That's the real tea. But I just have something to say. DL men are the worst type of men. One of the worst type of men. Because you will call them out on their shit and they will either A, try to fight you, or B, try to unalive you. How are you mad because I called you out on something that you've been doing behind somebody's back wrongfully for a long period of time? How are you mad at me? This is why men need to be more comfortable in their sexuality, because this lady should still be here. How are you going to take this lady life because you are creeping around and being on the down low? What? Now he really going to be in jail fighting for his life, trying to keep his booty closed. All because he couldn't just simply walk away and simply fucking divorce this lady.
That is absolutely true. Now, here is some stuff that people posted on social media about it. Okay, so it says they got married in February of 2023. His wife found out he was having an affair with a man. She filed for divorce. Yesterday he met her and they argued. He took his wife's gun out of her drawer and laughed at her. He thought she was dead. But when he got into the room, he caught her climbing out of the window and drained the charger on her. Now, here's another thing, too. At the end of the day, there's a video of the woman and him dancing, and she has her gun on her hip. Well, it's very sad that day that he took her life, that she didn't have her own gun on her hip, because he was able to get to it. And also, someone by the name of Larissa Holmes says, before her page got taken down, she stated it on there, and Grand Rapids has a Who Man Is This page. Did you all know about that? If y'all live in Grand Rapids, they said they got a whole page about whose man is this. And so basically, they said men get exposed, and he was exposed on there. Hold on. I'm sorry. I hope you all can hear that. I had a video that downloaded this playing. Okay, so anyway, they have this private page called Whose Man Is This, where he was also exposed. And everyone that put the gay part to this, that's where they got it from. So they supposedly got it from this page that they have where they expose people. Okay, now before we play this other video with the receipts, because this lady, she has receipts, but let's talk about the guy who said he stopped making videos because of people exposing folk. What do you all think about that? And he said they can keep on being on the down low as far as he's concerned until these heterosexual women, stop exposing people or whatever. My problem with that whole thing is, yeah, you can be on the down low. You don't have to tell people your sexual preference. You don't have to tell them anything about your sexual anything, as far as I'm concerned. But if you're in a relationship with somebody, you absolutely need to tell them such things, especially and specifically if you're getting married. Why would you marry a woman if you really like men, honey? Don't try to use somebody and put them in your BS when they don't even know what they're getting themselves into. That's just, disrespectful, and it's also nefarious. Say what you think about that, Tina, beloved.
I say the same thing. Like I told you when we talked about this, first of all, he needs to stop always picking on women, and especially when he say heterosexual women. If you're a heterosexual woman, that means you want a heterosexual man. You can keep calling these men down low. They're not down low. They're not straight. They are gay men, period. Let's give it a name. And they just are not, they don't care about themselves enough to be themselves. So stop. So what he needs to say is that gay men need to stop going after straight women. If you're bi and you like men and women, then you need to own your own truth, because women ain't the one doing nothing. We not stopping you from getting jobs. We not stopping you from living. We not stopping you from being yourself. So stop tricking women when you know that you like both. I'll land my plane.
What do you think about this, Jamie? Go ahead, beloved. I'm sorry, Dominique.
It's what the pig came off of the team said. In relationships, typically it's the man, unless you're in a same-sex relationship, it's the man who pursues the woman. So if you're gay or bi, whatever you want to identify as, you are the one going out of your way to put this woman's life in danger because you're pursuing her. Now, a woman might flirt with you or whatever, but it's typically the man that, picks her up, takes on dates, pays for the date, keeps the momentum going. You have to pursue her. So if you knew that you didn't want what she was, you could have just left her alone. It's not like you got the woman pursued you, you got tricked up in it, and then you didn't know how to get out. You instigated. So it's just a shame because these women, I feel so sorry for straight women, because these women give these men their lives, time. The most precious commodity we have is time. You can never get that back. They're giving these men months, years, decades out of their life, sometimes their entire life. They're giving them kids. And when you have kids with somebody, you are permanently attached to that person. Unless you die, the kid dies, or the other person dies. Y'all are going to be attached as long as one of y'all is living for the sake of them kids, unless you just take the child and run off somewhere where they can't reach them. So you are tying this woman's life up in all kinds of irreparable ways. And then you got the nerve to get mad because you tricked her and she's mad about it. That's complete narcissism. And like I said, that's why I divorced myself from the gay community, because it's just full of narcissists. It's what can you do for me? If we're going to meet up and we're going to do something, then I'm going to be able to film it for OnlyFans so I can get paid off of it. If we meet up, you're going to be my sugar daddy, you're going to pay for this, you're going to buy me this if I come over. I mean, it's always what can you do for me? It's not just I want to be with you because I want to have a connection and I want to spend time with you and get to know you. It's what can you do for me materialistically? But not to go off on that tangent. Man, now what that boy who's exposing them, he's wrong for that. It's not your business to put somebody out there because you just don't know, first of all, what anybody's capable of once they get exposed. And secondly, people have to do things when they're ready. That being said, if you know, now if it's your close girlfriend or something, like if it was me and you, Queen, and I knew the man you was dating and I saw him somewhere that's suspicious, yeah, I'm going to tell you. But just to be telling random men's business to random women who you don't have any connection with, he wasn't doing that to save straight women. He was just trying to be messy. Maybe the men rejected him, or maybe he just likes to expose people just to be messy and clout. Probably for clout. But that's not your business to do something like that, because if you expose that man, it's not just going to affect him. If he has a woman and finds out what happened with that woman, because it not just exposed him, he got mad about being exposed. His wife found out, and then she got killed. Now, if he had never been exposed like that, that might never have happened. She might have found out later in a way to where she could have left, and still kept her life. But because that man, whoever exposed him the way he did, and she found out, now all of them suffered. She suffered, the children are suffering, everybody who knew her is suffering because of how he was exposed. That's not your business. Unless you know the person personally, I don't think you got no business telling. And even then, I'd be worried about telling people then, because some people think you're trying to take their man, because they just are in denial. And my man ain't cheating. And, okay, child. So I'll leave it there for now.
Okay, go ahead, Yusuf. I know you got something to say, honey. Go ahead and spill the tea.
Yes, because honey, I agree with both of y'all and everybody so far, and a rest in peace to that beautiful black woman who didn't have to die because her man, boyfriend, baby daddy, whoever he was, couldn't be honest with himself. Not only are you cheating women out of a lot, but like Dominique said, you put them in a very vulnerable situation, and the exposing of it unwarranted and unsolicited and just willy-nilly like that
that invites more energies in, because it's already spiritual and soul ties when you know, doing the do. You know, when a man and a woman do it, new life is created. That's a very mystical energy. You got to think about it. The gods, the ancestors, the universe, new skin, new blood, new bones, new teeth, new person, new everything. And so that's a lot of energy. So regardless of whether it's a man and a woman, there's still a lot of energies that's being manifested and transmitted in this STD, sexually transmitted demons. And it's the same issue with these degenerates from before. With the trans community, it's the same thing with the trans attracted man and the DL man and all that. It's the same type of issue right here. It's that underlying gay misogynist and transogynistic way. That's still the black femicidal ways about them. And, you know, because you got straight men who get caught in the hotel with the woman. Remember the one that he threw her off the balcony out the, you know, and this is when they're straight. So imagine when all this other stuff on top of it with a different sexuality that people are not comfortable with. And I do believe that it is the men making each other more uncomfortable with their sexuality than the women. Women are more understanding and more open to it if you would be open and honest with yourself. More women are used to communicating with gay people and getting information. Now, that dude right there took it a little far, having to expose a website and all of that. But to a degree, it's always somebody in your life that's positioned in the gay community who's going to be a valid source for you, you know? And again, through all of this, energy is exchanged and everyone is taking social cues. So with these men shaming each other for being gay and being the ones who have a history of stoning each other for being gay, also have a history of not us as black men, not chopping Master's pig nuts off when he was doing what he was doing to us and everybody and their kids and their wives and everything in them necks, instead of getting that good old ball revenge. That's a lot of built up nutmosity as well. And so, you know, they be ready to, a lot of them be walking around raging in their loins to, quite frankly, take somebody on down, honey. Okay. They be ready to do it to a man, a woman, or whoever right there at the bus. And so they be boiling up inside. And it's a secret life that they got to live this type of nasty fantasy. So it's a lot, but it's usually the person who's the one keeping their dirty secret, taking their demon semen. They're usually the ones who they need to sit down and talk to. Okay, and all of their wives and all that who they just sit down and talk to, and stop involving women in all of this. You know what I'm saying? You already done did the dirtiest that you can do to them, leaving them with all kinds of extra diseases. Y'all do the same thing when y'all go over with these other species of human. Let me go there as well. Bring it back up.
No, don't go there. Don't go there.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. My turn is over.
Don't go there. Okay, so please don't go there. I'm in enough trouble with Screwtape as is, beloved. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to go to the video now. Then this lady had more information on it. Okay, here we go.
We have to talk about this story because it's currently trending now and it's really tragic and it's really sad, but there's a lot of details to go over. So I was on Facebook, of course, and I saw this story about a Michigan man who allegedly killed his wife when she found out that he was cheating on her with another man. Now, in this mugshot, this is Marcus Lofton, and this is his wife, Alicia Lofton. And be in mind, they only got married in February. It's August. Now, someone has screenshotted some information from her Facebook page before it got taken down. Now, his wife at the time had been on that Whose Man Is This page from the Grand Rapids area. Basically, there's a Facebook page that you can see if you're dating the same guy. Now, you would think that she would do it before she got married, but nonetheless, maybe she had some sneaky suspicions about him, and that's what prompted her to go look for that page. Now, the person states in the screenshot, and you could pause to read it, that when she posted her husband's picture in there, a bunch of men had been stating that they had had affairs with him. Another person had corroborated it and said that she had went live on Facebook before she removed her page. Basically exposed all of it and everything that she had found on that Is This Your Man's Grand Rapids edition. Now, before Marcus had scrubbed his Facebook page clean, he had posted this on June 21st and said, "I am a narcissist, #good morning." Maybe him and his wife had got into it and she had maybe made this quote to him, or maybe he was doing it as an off-color joke, but nonetheless, someone was able to screenshot this before he scrubbed his page clean. Now, here's the update, and it was updated about 6 hours ago. It says a Grand Rapids man allegedly told the police that he had shot his wife multiple times the day after she had served him with divorce papers. Now, it's likely she did the live stream first and then, talked it out with her friends and girlfriends and then served him the divorce papers. It said the couple had been married just in February, and Marcus was arraigned on Friday, August 18th on charges of open murder and felony firearms, and he is held in jail without a bond. Now, after the incident, officers said that they had identified him because he had just been walking off. So I guess he did the deed and walked down the street for air. I don't know. Now, when detectives interviewed Marcus, he told them that his wife, they married in February, and that she had served him divorce papers the day before, and she had told him that she was selling the house. Now, mind you, back in February, he had a domestic violence charge against him, against his wife, and he wasn't even supposed to be in contact with her. But lo and behold, he made his way back to the house. Now, Marcus then told detectives that they were arguing, and then he grabbed Alicia's, which is right here, from the drawer and tried to strike her with it. So I guess to whip her. Now, according to the affidavit, he told the officers that it had went off, and his wife then moved to the bedroom and locked the door. Marcus then told detectives that he had forced the door open and that his wife tried to climb out the window. And then he had admitted to unaliving her and shooting her multiple times before he fled the scene in his maroon SUV. Now, here's this other footnote. It says, according to social media, a page that is used to expose XY's men in the Grand Rapids area who are on the down low posted a video of the suspect engaged in acts with another man. It's alleged that his wife had saw the video and then posted it on her personal page before taking it down, which has been deleted. Allegedly, the suspect is the one who deleted the page and then went further to unalive his estranged wife. Now, he's scheduled back in court on September 5th for a preliminary exam. And on September 5th, I'll keep you guys posted on what that preliminary exam consists of. But this story is so sad because here's my thing. If you wanted to be with the opposite sex, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get married and try to use your wife as a cover. Just be out there and open. It's literally 2023.
Absolutely true. This is also nefarious because at the end of the day, he did not have to do what he did. And the young guy who did that video with the locks in his hair, how he was talking about, hold on, what happened to Str8nochaser? She fell off. So the guy who, okay. And so the guy who did the video said he was exposing people and that he didn't mean to and he stopped and all of this and that these heterosexual women, he's trying to go in on the women, but it's not the women's fault. And in fact, when you are doing things on the down low, well, to me, it's nobody's fault when you get exposed. You expose yourself. You put yourself in that predicament. At the end of the day, if you just be honest and live who you really are, you won't have to worry about these things and then get angry when somebody calls you out on your own BS. That's how I feel about it. Yes, people should come out and, in their own time. No one should force them into any of that. But at the same time, if you're out here dating women and you're out here getting married and all of that stuff, well, you just get what you deserve, as far as I'm concerned. Because you shouldn't have been lying in the first place. It's okay to not go out here and broadcast your personal business. Everybody doesn't need to know. But like I said previously, if you're interacting with women, maybe you like both, or maybe you're just using them as what they call a beard. Using them as a front, like they say Hillary Clinton does with Bill, and like they say Barack does with Michelle. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm just telling you what they say. So if you are out here doing those type of things, just using somebody as your cover, and your cover gets blown, well, you brought that on yourself. And I don't have any empathy or sympathy for you. The only empathy and sympathy I have is for the victims that you lied to. Okay, the people that you tricked. The people that got something that they didn't get what they thought they were getting. That's how I feel about that.
Queen, can I ask, and who are the people that you're hiding from? The people that you're hiding from that is such a problem that once you come out and live your true self, it's going to make you so uncomfortable and beat you down. Those are the people who you ought to be blaming if you're going to blame somebody and not take accountability and control of your own life. That's all I wanted to say. Those people are the problem. Your peers, the other men in your community, your family, people close to you that's going to make it some kind of way, and also the woman who you chose to lie and deceive.
Exactly.
Well, I'm going to say this. At the end of the day, people that are on the DL, to me, they're cowards. They're afraid to be who they really are. And a lot of times these people, to me, no one is to blame but them. No one is to blame but them. Because here's the thing. Even if your family and your so-called friends don't want to accept you as you are, they don't get to live your life. They only can affect your life if you allow them to. Nobody's going to stop me from being who I am. Whatever it is about me or whatever I want to do, nobody's going to stop me from doing it. If they don't like it, that's just too bad. So you have to be a person who's willing to stand up for yourself and what you believe and how you want to live. Because at the end of the day, honey, when it's all said and done and you're lowered into the ground in that coffin, you're going to be in there by yourself. You're not going to have all these other people, and half these people that are dealing with you, they're not even going to remember you or think about you 2 weeks later. They'll be moving on with their lives, you know. And at the end of the day, that's why you should just come clean, or just deal with the people you want to deal with. If you want to deal with men, then deal with men. You don't have to come out and tell people that you're dealing with men, but don't bring women into it. That's just what you shouldn't do. And you know, this could work out, this could turn out bad in a myriad of ways, because his wife could have taken his life. Okay, there are cases where the women have found out these things were going on, and they took the other person's life, took the person who lied to them. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, just like when we were talking about the trans community, and we were talking about how some of them fool people as well, and then somebody wants to jump on them or do some harm to them. You put yourselves in a dangerous predicament, but you also put other people in a dangerous predicament too. Because if you're out here doing all of this stuff in secret and you have a wife at home, well, they don't know what you're bringing home to them. They don't know, and obviously you really don't love them, because if you did, you would never have lied to them in the first place about something so severe, as far as I'm concerned.
It's the ultimate betrayal.
It absolutely
exactly is. I know I have cousins that's gay, or whatever you want to call it, LGBTQ. I've known people, I've had friends in school. One of my friends, when we were younger, you know, back then it really wasn't a lot accepted, but they used to, those that dressed that was trans back then used to go to what they considered the gay club, and then some of them would perform and stuff. And a lot of these military men would come see him. Well, my friend was shot and killed, and so he was found, thrown to the side, shot under the bridge, and everybody kind of knew. It was like, I think it was this white army man. He didn't want nobody to know. I don't know what it ended up with my friend at the time, or why he ended up killing him, because they said he was with a lot of different men, but I guess he didn't want it to be known. So usually, sometimes when the gay community or the LGBT community keep talking about being killed or in danger, a lot of that danger sometimes is put on because of these down low men, and a lot of it is put on because of these men who want to be a woman and don't want men to know that they're a man. That's what's going on this day. Like, some men don't let everybody be honest what you're doing, and then a lot of these men that's dating these down low men, which they're not down low, they're gay men who are deceiving everybody. Stop letting them deceive people. It's like what the other guy in that video said, like, it's our fault that you have a sexuality that you don't want the world to know, because the world is so evil that they don't like nobody to be different. Blame that on the world, or blame that on the people who have the power to do something to you because of your sexuality, just like the same people who do things to us because of the color of our skin. And what it is that the gay community needs to stop being mad with everybody else and be mad at the people who do something to them. A lot of the gay community are being attacked because y'all are letting these down low men do it.
And that's very true. And here's the thing too. They love to say, some people love to say that heterosexual men are homophobic. But the real homophobic people are the down low men.
Exactly.
Please pay attention. The real homophobic people are the down low men. And they are homophobic because they are afraid to admit who they are, to live their true lives. And they're afraid that people will find out. Okay, and shun them, and they'll be embarrassed. So they're the ones that are homophobic, not heterosexual men. Okay, it is the ones who are on the DL, and I know some of the ones on the DL want to call themselves heterosexual, but like you said, you're not. You're absolutely not. Okay, and for the record, those of them who date trans women who actually look like women, you're not heterosexual either. You're still gay, Malik Yoba. So with that all being said, who has anything else to say about this? Because I find it awesome. But hold on, let me say this too. Now, it's interesting that she just married this man in February. And this, I wonder how long I'm curious to know how long they dated before they got married.
I think I heard that they dated maybe about 2 years. Maybe they were the whole time together, maybe 2.5 years. I think I heard it from another story. And that not just that he had been violent before. So I don't know.
Well,
I heard it from another story.
Well, that's an interesting point you bring up, and I'm glad you brought that up. So here's the thing. These down low men are often violent with women. And the reason they are violent with women 9 times out of 10 is because they really don't like women. They really don't like you, and they deal with women so that no one knows the secret about what they're really doing and who they really are. So they resent the women. They resent that they have to look at you each day. They resent that they have to take you out, and they really don't want to be out with you. They want to be out with a man. And they resent the fact that they have to sleep with you to keep you fooled and to keep you, dealing with them so no one finds out their dark secret. So yes, they're very often violent with women. Okay, that's exactly what it is. I had a friend one time years ago who was dating a guy, and there was rumors and whispers that he was on the down low. And then, she dismissed it when people would say these things, but then there was a gay guy named Kenny who came and told her that he had slept with him and gave specific details. Now, mind you, this man that she was dating, he was beating her the whole time. And so then when we find out, okay, so he's gay. Well, that explained to me why he was always beating her, because he didn't want her in the first place. And he would, like I said, was just using her as a cover, and he resented her. Another thing is with John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer. John Wayne Gacy had a wife and children. He lived his life in a complete lie. He really was gay. And some of these people, here's the thing, some of these people, these down low men, most of them are not bisexual. Because the thing I find about most bisexual people, whether it's males or females, most bisexual people will absolutely tell you they're bisexual if you ask and if they're dating you. These down low men who are sleeping with women, they're not bisexual. You see, bisexual people actually they desire to sleep with both. But these down low men don't desire to sleep with women for the most part 9 times out of 10. These down low men only sleep with women to keep their cover, to keep their secret. So they're not even bisexual to me. They're just gay. That's just what it is. They are just gay, and they are living a whole lie. Okay? Because like I said, if you're bisexual and you're sleeping with men and women, well, you're likely not afraid to tell that. Okay? It's these down low men, honey. They don't want to be seen as being who they really are. That's just what it is.
They're a danger to the women, and they're a danger to the gay community. Down low men are the problem, not everybody else. Because everybody else is who they are.
Exactly. Another thing I want to bring up too is that Dominique said that this man, Marcus Lofton, was a narcissist. And as you see in that video, he posted to his social media. She showed it where he posted on his social media, "I'm a narcissist." Okay? He said he was a narcissist. Another thing is he said some disparaging things about women on his social media. I saw a post where he said something about, he was telling men that if you go to jail, if you go to prison or whatever, he was like, you might as well kiss your relationship goodbye. And he was like, because these women, basically saying women aren't hitting on anything. Basically, that's not exactly that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was saying. Like, these women not gonna wait on you, they ain't no good or whatever. And so that's another thing about this DL men. They will often have disparaging things to say about women, because at the end of the day, they don't really like women.
Exactly.
Queen, I'm gonna want to read this. Somebody else I watched reported on this too. I went in the comment section and just to see people were saying, and this comment is from a trans woman. And then some straight women responded to her. I want y'all to peep game on this. The trans woman said, "I am a black trans woman here in Cleveland." I guess this is where this happened. I don't know if that's where the incident happened or not, but
Grand Rapids, Michigan is where it happened. But continue. This is still juicy.
I'm a black trans woman in Cleveland, and this is an epidemic here. But black women fall for masculine-looking men, brothers with tattoos, six-pack, and have several baby mamas, thinking they can't be DL, and they are the main one. Now, then further down in the comments on the same thread, one of the straight women was like, well, something like, why are you even messing with them? Because you fall for the same thing we do, because a lot of y'all like to get these thugs. And then the trans woman said basically, yeah, that's true, but I'm just saying to let y'all know whatever. And then the straight woman said to the trans woman, any man that deals with another man or a trans woman is gay label. A trans woman is still a natural born man. This comment is not made to be offensive or hurtful or disrespectful, but it's the truth. And what I want to say to that is, after our last panel we had when we were talking about the transsexuals coming for black women and whatever, I went and watched some other videos and somebody said something profound that I never thought about in that way. And they said the reason why trans women are so I always like to come and take over women's spaces as opposed to trans women. I mean, as opposed to trans men, which are people who are born female and go to transition to male. But they said the reason why trans women are always trying to dominate female spaces is because clearly they're still men, but the trait of men is men like to conquer and they like to dominate. That's just natural for men. They're competitive creatures by nature. So if you have a trans woman who's really a man, he's going to want to be in the woman's space and not just share with you. He's going to want to take it over because he's still a male and he has that natural tendency to dominate, regardless of what he feels like. That male dominating nature is still in him, and that's why they're always trying to take over female spaces as opposed to trans men, who they can be around men and they don't try to.
But Dominique, if you recall, beloved, that's exactly what I said when we were on that panel. That's exactly what I said. I said at the end of the day, they still have testosterone. They're still men. That's why they want to take over and all of that stuff. That's exactly what I said. Because that's the man in them coming out. It's still coming to surface. And I even made a comparison with that one Cherry the Boom. Because Cherry the Boom was acting like a whole man. Okay, though she was sitting up there looking like a woman, she was sitting up there acting like a whole man. Talking all slick and greasy like she want to fight and all that. Yeah, that was the masculine of her coming out. That's just what it was. And that's exactly what I said. Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't think about. And I also said that's why you don't see these trans men acting that way. Because inside, really, those are women and they have a femininity in them. But I definitely said that. That's exactly what I said. At the end of the day, yes, they're still men. Okay? They're still men and they're more aggressive than women, of course. And they want to dominate. They want to take over. Because I also said that's them keeping women in their place, because that's what many men have always done and wanted and tried to do, to keep women in their place, checking us. So that's why you see them doing that and behaving that way. Absolutely.
Well, you got to look at
No, I was just gonna say, from a male's point of view, a gay male's point of view, I don't like DL men because clearly you can tell I'm gay. I'm what they call clockable. Like, I never could hide it. I don't ever consider myself in the closet or was ever in the closet. And it was the days like me who were the ones that fought for the freedom that gay people enjoy today, because you can't be hiding somewhere and to be on the front lines fighting. You can't do both. So if you were DL, you couldn't have been fighting for all the rights stuff you had. Now, it was people who look like me. And in the gay community, there's such internalized homophobia. They want to be gay and do gay things, but they want to still be able to pass for straight and fool people so they can still have straight male privilege without having to get the ostracization that people like me who are obviously gay get when, we get picked on because you're able to look at us and tell what we are. They want the best of both worlds. And that pisses me off as a gay man. And then the one who was exposing them with the locks that on the video you showed, he's not making it any better because he's fueling the fire for these men to continue to be DL. Because now they're really going to be scared to get exposed and they're going to be extra paranoid. But to speak to this woman who got killed, it's sad she got killed, but I have to say this. I'm pretty sure she might not have known what exactly was going on with him, but she had to know something was off. Because one thing I have to say about myself when I look back on all my past relationships, romantic ones, I may not have known exactly what was wrong about the person every time, but I knew something was wrong. And I still decided to stay a lot of times and put up with it because I can change them and I just love them enough to whatever. But we always know, but we push that knowledge to the side. Right. I'm thinking something he did, whether it was lying about where he was, not answering his phone calls when he usually answers them any other time. Women, y'all know, do not disregard your intuition Because these men, and especially they have in the bedroom. Now, some might say should be common sense, but clearly it's not common because a lot of women keep falling for this deal. But if your man, I hope the kids out there, if your man likes any kind of sexual activity where he likes his butt played with, suspect. Now, some men gonna say, well, that's because a man has a prostate. The only way you can reach is through his butthole. Doesn't mean he wants the dick in there. I'm sorry. Just
okay. Let's not get too vulgar, honey.
Okay, well, I'll just say
let's not get too into
details. And if your man does certain things, and if he's asked you these things, and you still stayed with him, that's on you. There's just certain things a straight man doesn't want to do. Like Queen said, a straight man wants a woman. A straight man is not going to do things in the bedroom that gay people do. I don't care what excuse he offers you.
That's right.
Your man, and men are creatures of habit. If your man starts changing his habits, all of a sudden he wanted to get it in with you every night when y'all come home, and now for the last month he just comes home and rolls over, and you got to beg for it. Something's up. So, I mean, he's not with another man. It could be another woman. But my whole point is, you get signs and stuff, and you disregard them. And you disregarding these signs can have you end up like this woman.
Now, let's talk about this. Somebody left a comment. Kenneth Fitzgerald says, many, if not all, bisexual men like both. If they're not out, it's not because they're gay. It's because they don't want to lose access to black women, don't want to be ostracized by other men. Well, here's the thing, Kenneth. I disagree with that because you obviously didn't understand what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is this, so let me clarify again. What I'm saying is, yes, there are bisexual men. You said many, if not all, bisexual men like both. Well, of course they like both. If they're bisexual, of course, that's common knowledge. If you're bisexual, you absolutely like both. What I'm saying is some of these men that are on the DL are not bisexual. They don't want to sleep with women. They don't desire or have the urge to sleep with women. They only do it so they can keep their cover. Okay? That's what it's. There's like, for example, there are some men who say they're gay for pay because they'll do it for money, but they claim they're not that way. But I'm sorry, yes, you are. I don't care why you did it. If you slept with other men, then you're gay. That's just the fact. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. So that's what I'm saying. So let's just be very clear. No, of course, bisexual men and women, of course they like both. That's why we call them bisexual. But if you are someone who's on the down low, that doesn't necessarily mean if you have a whole wife at home, if you have girlfriends or whatever, you deal with women, that doesn't always mean they're bisexual. Because like I said, the difference is bisexual people crave. They have the desire to sleep with both male and female. Down low men usually only have the urge to sleep with men. And that's why they're on the DL. They will sleep with women if they feel they have to keep from being exposed.
Or to make their family happy to have a baby. Now, can I say, I agree with what everybody was saying, but I also wanted to just draw a parallel with the common denominator of, like the Queen said, these men on the DL is a huge issue, and it affects everybody on many different fronts. So these are the ones who really need to step up and, own up to who they are. And I feel like there's an equally toxic group of people who cater to this and who are attracted to that as well, because there's a group of gays and a group of trans who call themselves liking this type of straight dude or acting dude who like this type of DL dude who were willing with it. So what that means is in real life there's another person who's willing to deceive this woman as well. So the woman also becomes public enemy number one in this situation, because then now everybody's ready to lie to her and lick, so that they can lick and stick on the low and slow or whatever they're doing. And so, ultimately to come back and it hurts the woman. So I'm surprised that I'm not seeing more women shooting them.
Right.
It just lets me know that there's more people going along with it.
Right. There are people going along with it. And let's be careful of how we talk. Don't say anything vulgar. Okay. I'm just reminding everyone. Okay, so but with that all being said, yes, absolutely. That's what I said though. I said it's surprising, or she could have turned around and shot him when she found out. That's what she could have done.
And
so it is danger, right? But it
she
just
knew
shows
he was a danger,
right? But the point is, the thing is, she likely wasn't as angry, obviously, about it as he was. He was angry because now his cover is blown. His cover is blown, and now the secret that he has been hiding for who knows how long, probably his entire life, is now out.
And you never know what other secrets his family heard, and he behaved just like y'all was saying before. And like Dominique was saying, he behaved like a man, like both of y'all was saying. He wanted to rule and control it. It's just kind of like with the guy with the video. Y'all heterosexual women, y'all basically judging men for wanting to be with other men. No, we're not. We're just saying that you're not a straight man. If I want a straight man, then you cannot be under disguise and then come in like a man.
That's right.
And then shut me up. What he did was get angry and use it like that. He wanted her to accept him for him, but it wasn't all of him. And then when she found out, he wanted to do just like a man and control the situation. He took her life, just like the men that's coming in our spaces and destroying our children's mind and doing all this stuff. That is, they're basically coming in and destroying our lives as women, because we can't even be women. They got laws passed if you do not say he or she. I think, is it in Michigan?
Pronouns or whatever.
Yeah, the wrong pronouns and stuff. But when you look at it, these down low men are the ones that sitting in office. These down low pedophiles are the ones sitting in office, because what they're doing, instead of coming out, they're passing laws where we all have to accept it. And they want that mind that that man in that video have, where if you're straight and it makes no sense. It's an oxymoron. You cannot be straight,
like you're mad
and like other men at the same time. It doesn't go together.
It doesn't go together. And then you're sitting up here saying, the guy was sitting up here saying, until these heterosexual women stop exposing them, because just like she made the video, well, she could make a video if she wants to, because she was his wife. Okay,
exactly.
He lied and deceived her for 2 years while they were dating. And then within the months that they were married, he lied and deceived her. So here's the thing. Do you think it was worse that she posted a video exposing him? Or do you think it's worse what he did to her? Because that was her way of venting her frustrations and her anger. That's how she got back at him. Now, and he decided to take her life instead, because he was a coward. He didn't want to admit to who he was. And so he took her out for doing so. But this is the whole problem. Like, how could anybody sit up here and say, and Greta said in the chat, Greta agreed with me and said, DL men are absolutely not bisexual. They're gay. Yes, they are. They are gay. Okay, it's just a fact. You see, someone's not bisexual just because they sleep with women and men. That's not what makes you bisexual. What makes you, not to me at least, to me, what makes you bisexual is you have the desire and the urge and the wants to sleep with both. If you're doing it just because you feel the need to cover up something, that's not bisexual. You know, and here's the thing that I noticed too. There are some gay men who will lie and say they're bisexual when they really aren't. They're just gay. But they think that if they say they're bisexual, and the fact that they, make people think that they actually love and like to sleep with women and desire women as well, they think that makes it better. Okay, but the bottom line is this, and please pay attention. And Yusuf and Dominique, you all can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it is my belief that bisexual people, whether male or female, tend to, in not all cases, but most cases, there's always exceptions to any rule, but in most cases, they absolutely prefer the same sex. Okay, sleeping with the other sex is an afterthought. Now, what do y'all think about that?
I believe it's true, because
I agree with that. I know a lot of people who are bisexual and really they're just gay to me.
Yeah.
It's like you like the dude more because it's just different, because if, and I also do see a lot more bisexual people who really want to just gravitate towards each other. I feel like they're stopping themselves from not being honest, whether it's bisexual or DL, whatever. You're stopping yourself from becoming a valid demographic to get proper representation. Okay? And becoming a part of your own problem. When you say, oh, how the people will treat you and how they embrace you, but you're really missing out on some of this liberating action of people really just being who they are. And there are really some people who are openly bisexual and they have the perfect mate out there waiting for them, and they'll never find them, living a whole life of lies.
Right, absolutely.
Can I say something in the comments?
Sure.
Somebody named Gwendolyn Jones said that she knows somebody, gay men who never had sex with another man, and it's not the sexual act that makes you gay. If it's not, then what makes you gay? Yes, it is a sexual act, because you could be a man and have feminine energy and never sleep with a man. You're attracted to women. You just kind of have feminine ways. We used to say that. We used to say, "Hey, he's sweet, but he like women." So it is a sexual act that makes you what you are, because that's all it is. Because if we don't know what you do in the bed,
I disagree. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Because well, you
Go
can't
ahead
call
and
me
finish.
gay. Well, you can't call a man gay if he never been with a man.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna tell you why. I can call a man gay if he's sexually attracted to men. He
But
may
how
not
would you
have
know
done.
you sexually attracted?
Well,
if you
I'm just
never had
saying.
sex with him?
But here's the thing: how would we know he had never had sex unless he tells us, right? Hold on, pay attention. I'm gonna make it make sense. How would we even know that he's gay unless he tells us? How would we even know that he likes or has slept with a man unless he tells us, right? So in the same token, we would only know if he has or hasn't done the act if he tells us. So we would also only know if he's attracted to these men if he tells us. So I'm gonna tell you like this: if a man sits down and tells me that I'm attracted to men, now I've never had sex with a man, so that means he's gay. I'm not gonna date him. That means he's gay. He may never have done it, but if he tells me he's curious and he's attracted to men, well, you're gay. You don't have to literally sleep with them to be gay, as far as I'm concerned. If whatever you're attracted to. And see, that goes back to what I said about being bisexual. See, there's a difference, because bisexual people are attracted to both male and female. Down low men, most of them are only attracted to other men. They will only sleep with women, not because they're attracted to them, not because they have the desire or urge, but only to keep a cover. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's why, by the same token, if a man is attracted to other men, well, you are gay. You didn't have to sleep with him yet. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Even when they say people are born gay, so people who are gay as teenagers and all that stuff, before they ever commit the act, they already are gay. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to go do the act. See, here's the thing. And this is something too to pay attention to, because I showed you all a video like a year ago, where this man, there's a website called Virtuous Pedophiles, which is an oxymoron. There's no such thing. But so there was a guy on there, and he said that he was attracted to children, but he also said he'd never done the act. So you're still a pedo. You understand what I'm saying? You have it in your mind, you have it in your heart, you have the urge, you have the desire. That is a wants for you. You crave this. So you are absolutely a pedo. And he calls himself just that. He admits that's what he is. He just says he's never done the act. But that's what you are. Because whatever you're attracted to, as far as sexuality, that's what you are. And that's why that's the difference. That's why there's a difference between these people who are literally bisexual, attracted to both, and the ones who are just doing it to have a beard, or as they call it, or someone who's covering for them, that they're using for a cover. That's what makes it a big difference for me.
And you know, if your boyfriend's a bird watcher, go ahead, Dominique.
A bird watcher.
Bird watcher.
Well, the picture
I don't know.
What Yusuf said, it was very profound. And when he said that you're preventing yourself from finding who you're meant to be with when you're living a lie. And that's very true. You disappeared, Queen. You still there?
Queen disappeared. I was thinking the same thing.
She probably coming back.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I'm trying to see if the chat's still going.
Yeah, the chat's still going.
Everything is fine. I had to excuse myself for a minute, but go ahead.
But yeah, because when you meet anybody, this is not just romantic relations. This could be friendships, whatever. When you meet somebody and you get with them, your attraction to them is predicated off of what they present to you. If I meet, let's say Yusuf, I meet him and he's dressed in 3-piece suit and he's telling me he's a CEO, got his own business, and he's got his own private jet and all this stuff. my interest in attraction was going to be based off of, okay, well, I got me a rich man and this, and that. And then later down the line, I find out he's really broke. He was just fronting. It was all for the gram and all this stuff. And then I say, well, I don't want to be with you no more. You ain't what you present yourself to be. He'll get mad and say, well, I thought you liked me for me. I liked you for what you showed me you were, what you told me you were. But now I can't like you for who you really are because that's not what you presented to me. So when you are a lie, people can only be attracted to what you're showing them, whether that's true or not.
That's right.
You can't get somebody to love you for you when you're not showing them the real you.
That's right, because that's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron too. If they say, "Well, I thought you loved me for me," well, I don't even know who you are at this point.
Exactly.
I don't even know who you are. Are you still in character, or are you being your real self?
Exactly.
And that goes back to something that my grandmother used to say. My grandmother used to always say that when people meet you, for the first 6 months, you're likely to just see their representative, which is the best version of themselves and the representation that they want people to see and believe in. And then later down the line, you find out who they really are, and it's not even the same person in some cases.
And that's why this woman, her marrying so fast. Now, sometimes it happens that the stars are aligned and both people where they need to be within themselves. You can have a quick shotgun marriage and it'll last years. There are a few cases of that happening, but I have a feeling for whatever reason, either she rushed it or he rushed the relationship, because if you just got married in May or something, or April, and then August you're dead, like how did you give it the relationship time for you to really get to know who that person was past
well,
the
they said that she knew him for a couple of years before she dated him.
They dated for 2 years.
She have kids. The thing about it, she has kids and stuff, and I think that was probably what took it over, because I think he was violent before. So she married him, and I know a lot of people in the chat saying that, like I think someone up here said it, she had to have seen something. She probably seen something, but she probably thought he was cheating. And that page that they're on, who this for, they have it all over, because in my city they have it. They put men up there, and then some men are just going on there and say, hey, he's down low, you know. So I don't know if that guy was exposing him, or it's just that she put his picture up, and when you put your man picture up, then you leave it free for all. You're leaving it open for everybody to tell you about your man. That's what I'm understanding those pages to be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But
she already has suspicions. If she put it on there, she definitely has suspicions.
I believe she probably thought he was cheating. But you know, because I know, like, I got a lot of down low men. Like, what I didn't like, this one guy I know, he started coming out the closet little by little. What a lot of these men do is that a lot of these young guys, before they come out the closet, they play with them and you know, get them feeling a certain way. And this situation happened with a guy.
It's called grooming.
Right.
And this situation happened with a young guy, and then next thing you know, the wife called a number that she seen in her husband's phone. And when she called the number, she called the guy I know, and he was like, yeah. And then, you know, you popping off with an attitude with her. And then now, as a gay man, you're putting yourself on a level as a woman, like it should be okay, kind of like the other guy. And it's all wrong, because at first you're a man and she's shocked because this is her husband. Most women, it's not no problem with you being gay. It's a problem if I see a whole man as being straight. Then when you take away that manness, and then now you are with another man, that kind of take away the whole man that you see it as. And so he was getting into it with this man's wife, and she just stumbled on it, you know. And I see a lot of that.
Yeah, and so you're angry with the person and that's usually because they want the person for themselves. Yeah. So they have hostility towards the person who's they're married to or whatever in the relationship with, you know. And it's just all a bunch of craziness as far as I'm concerned. At the end of the day, people just need to stop lying in relationships. Yeah. But we know they're not going to stop. But I'm just saying, that would be the only way to solve these type of issues, if people just stop lying in their relationships. You don't have to go out there and broadcast to the world what you do in private or anything. But if you're in relationships, you should not be deceiving people. Okay? That's very dangerous, for one, because it could turn out just like this did. You understand what I'm saying? It could turn out just like this did. So, at the end of the day, and my question is, he was so mad at his wife that he took her life. Why wasn't he more upset about the people that exposed him on that site? And like I was saying, his wife had to already have had some suspicions to even post his picture on there, because that's supposedly a site, correct me if I'm wrong, where they expose DL men, right?
No, you just exposed. It's just
okay.
It's just
okay. So it's okay. Just exposing.
It's just a
period.
page, just exposed, because most of the time it's exposing if he's cheating or something.
Okay, so now that adds another layer to it, because and with that all being said, she was probably clueless and just thought maybe he's cheating with other women. Yeah. So imagine her shock when she finds out, no, it's some dudes out here. And they said there were multiple. They said there was multiple men saying that they had been sleeping with him.
I know, and I mean, I know a lot of undercover men, and I know a lot of gay men. And like in one of the cities I'm from, is this one guy, he hangs around the so-called rough crew, and he won't admit that he's gay, but yet all these gay men sleep with him, and he beats them up if they try to say, and like after a while, that's why I say it's up to these gay men to call him out. And most of these gay men be so scared, but then stop sleeping with men to make you feel good, because a lot of gay men are scared of the repercussions, just like it mostly be gay men if they tell that end up on the other side of the world unalive.
Hold on, let me say this. Kenneth Fitzgerald, I'm about to kick you out of my chat, honey. I don't know who you think you are. First of all, he's talking about she's lying. Who's lying? Second of all, he posted and said, so gay men aren't men? So what are they? But if a gay man hits you, then you're going to say a man hit me. I'm a woman. Y'all can't even stick to your script. First of all, we don't have a script.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, I'm just going to put your ass out, honey, because clearly you must be gay and you just mad about this discussion. I don't even know why you tuned in if that's the case.
He's the type that'll do this to a woman when he get caught.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me say something. Moderators, please block him. Moderators, please block him. But here's the thing. Kenneth Fitzgerald, block him right now. Okay, but here's my thing. Nobody said that gay men aren't men. Fool. Because we know that they're men. Nobody said they weren't men. Where are you getting this from? Some people are so stupid, idiotic. Hold on. Let's not all talk at once. Some people are so idiotic and nonsensical, they can't keep up with the conversation. Now he's sitting there talking about we can't stick to a script. There is no script. This isn't a movie. This is real life. And we're giving commentary and our thoughts and opinions and views. And obviously you have a problem with it, so please exit stage left. Moderators, I hope y'all have blocked him. Now go ahead and say what you had to say about it, Tina. His foolishness. Then Dominique.
I'm sorry. I think he was getting it when I was saying that most of the time, what is a straight man? A straight man is a fully committed man to a woman. And then to that woman who's a heterosexual or straight woman, once this full straight man, is the image. When you take yourself and you become bi or down low, it's not that you're not a full man, but you don't see that man as that full straight man. I mean, I'm heterosexual.
Right, so you don't
see my man. If he want a man, I'm not going to look at him like a straight man. I'm not going to look at him
because he's not. Right, because he's not a straight man. You're gay. We're not saying they're not men. We're just saying that you're not a heterosexual man. If you're attracted and sleeping with other men, you're gay. You're a gay man. Nobody said they weren't men. Like, he needs to sit down somewhere. Then he said you were lying. Lying about what? Had I have time for foolishness? Continue. Who has something else to say?
I did. I wanted to say that it is a lot of, I just wanted to have sort of, not really a moment of silence, but just condolences to not only this woman, but the many black women who have lost their lives because these men didn't want to tell and live their own life and their own truth, and they drugged them into it. And then also a moment of life and encouragement and strength to anybody who finds out that their man is doing something to them like this, and who have found out. We need to hear more stories, if we could, about how women got out of these type of situations, as well as the other abusive and domestic violence situations. This is a demographic of women who've literally been deceived on the other end of all of this.
That's right.
Who have self-selected themselves to be black women's enemies.
That's right.
And it's not fair, because black women gave birth to us all. And if anybody will understand us, it's black women. Y'all not being true to yourselves. Because I could tell, as my own self, as being an openly gay man, that I've always been embraced by women and aspired to be inspired by women because of just being true to myself, just alone. So that's not an excuse what these men are doing.
That's right, it's not.
I just feel bad. I just feel like the moment you find out, just start planning your exit. You know,
Exactly.
That's right, because there's nothing else left to discuss. And that's what she did, though. She essentially planned her exit. She went and served him with divorce papers. I believe it was on the 16th of August. And she also informed him that she would be selling the house and that she needed to get away. That's what she said. She needs to get away. So I think that all of this compiled is what angered him. I think that he was angry because he was exposed. I think he was angry because she was leaving him. Now his cover's been completely blown and there's no turning back. And I also believe that he was angry also because now she's going to take the house and she's going to sell it. Okay? So he really was left with his own misery that he brought upon himself. That's what he did. People will respect you a whole lot more. They may not agree with what you do. They may not like what you do. But people will respect you a whole lot more if you are just honest. If you just be honest and tell people who you are and what you want out of life or whatever. You do not have to deceive people. And the same thing goes for these married people who are out here dating people on the side and don't tell people you're married. You then, when you do things like this and you are so deceptive, you bring people unwittingly, bring them into your mess, or you have them unwittingly involved in your mess. You're not unwittingly because you know what you're doing, but the people are unwittingly brought into someone else's BS, and that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous, as we can see from this story. And then there's a myriad of stories like this that have occurred. You know, this happens on a regular basis. We may not always hear about it or talk about it, but this happens a lot because there's a lot of down low men. Here's the thing. I think I told you all this on the show before. When I lived years ago, when I was in college, I was living in these apartments, and there were these two guys there, because somebody mentioned earlier, I think it was Dominique, said something about these guys with tattoos and stuff. One of you all was saying that, okay, like they're so masculine, they get caught up in stuff. But here's the thing. There were these two guys that lived in my apartment complex, and they looked like some whole thugs. They just looked like some street dudes. They didn't have anything feminine about them or any of that I could see. And so it was very interesting to me when one day the woman that worked at the leasing office told me that when they were getting evicted, right, and they were supposed to have already been out of the residence, but they were not. And so they sent people in to take out their stuff, to remove their things, and they were in there doing the do, so to speak. And so the woman couldn't believe it. She said, they look like some whole thugs or whatever. They look masculine. But you see, a lot of these men go to prison and then they come home and they still like men because that's what they've been doing for years. Okay, they may still like women too, but some of them, they become bisexual when they get there because they got to get it from somewhere, and that's what they have to do. So it's a whole lot of layers to this, but at the end of the day, this is how all types of things happen. People getting killed, people getting hurt and injured, people getting traumatized, people catching diseases. Somebody said in the chat, I can't remember who it was, but they said their daughter, I believe, or their sister, has a friend who's gay, and he talks about all these DL men that he sleeps with who have wives and girlfriends. And by the way, he has HIV. That's what they say. So this man is out here on the D-low. These men are out here on the DL, down low, and they're sleeping with this gay man who has HIV. You see how dangerous this is? That's a problem right there. Okay, that's why you should not be out here doing such things. But like I said, us talking about it's not going to stop it. But I'm just bringing this to, just making a point.
Herpes are real.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that was it. Herpes are real.
Right. Go ahead, beloved.
I just want to say, in this day and age, there's no excuse for any man to be DL. And that's why it goes back to the whole narcissism thing. If you want to be DL at this point, it's because you get off on it. You get off on bamboozling people. It's not like we were back in the 60s and 50s where people literally could kill you on the street if they found out you were gay. Gay people, LGBTQ, LMNOP, XYZ, the whole alphabet is more protected than straight people are nowadays. So there's no reason for you to be scared. If you talking about, well, my family might reject me, okay, your job probably isn't going to do anything because you could sue them now. Like I said, with all these laws that are in place to protect LGBT people, there's no excuse for somebody to be in the closet unless they want to be, which means you get off on fooling people. And like Yusuf said earlier, there are some gay men. When I was in college and I had friends and whatever, they told me, I heard straight from the horse's mouth how many of them, they got off on getting with men who had girlfriends. Like if you didn't have a girlfriend or a wife, they didn't want to fool with you because they got off on, yeah, child, I turned him out. He ain't had, his wife can't do what I do for him.
I'm gonna tell you, without getting into too much specifics, I'm gonna tell you why I think that happens. Why they get off on that? Because to them, those men are heterosexual. I mean, they may feel like, I mean, they may know that they sleep with men, but it's almost to me, like when the trans women say, you know, they're sleeping with these men, and they say those men are heterosexual, but we all know they're not. Because if they're sleeping with a person who's biologically a male, then you're not heterosexual, you're gay.
No,
so
you're not.
some of these, this is why some people condone, some of these gay men condone relationships with men who they know are on the DL. They do get off on it because they feel like, oh, like they fool, you know, the woman's getting played or whatever. He really don't even want you, but he wants me and all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, that makes them feel closer to having a heterosexual man. Because some gay men, as you all know, Yusuf and Dominique, some gay men don't like gay men who are feminine acting.
Nope.
They don't like gay men who are feminine acting. They like gay men who act straight, who look and present themselves as being heterosexual. So that's why they like a lot of these down low men. That's why they will do these things, you know, being in relationships with them. But go ahead.
Before you finish, Dominique, I just want to point out how that's abuse also, Queen. The way that they do that and how they be hating on those feminine gays, that's abuse because you FTA in them, but you don't want them to walk with a switch. But you're going to keep doing it to them and keep doing it to them and keep doing it to them, but they better not come out the gate. That's some form of mental abuse.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm,
but they allow it to happen and not just trying to be funny. Both of them, like I say, I know a couple of situations. I know one guy that traveled from Atlanta to Alabama sleeping with so-called married men and giving them, and the one that's doing it, he has HIV. I know that for myself. And then I know another lady whose husband was on the down low because one of the guys I went to school with, it was always the rumor. And you get some women just go to work and don't really know. They don't be around a lot of people and they don't know. Well, she started having to go to the doctor because she started having irritation and stuff. And the doctor asked her, do they have, you know, anal SA? And she was like, no, but it comes from him sleeping unprotected with gay men. And then you coming back and now you're passing infection on from to the woman back to the man. And it's like, no, they don't look at that. So the these down low men are a danger to a lot of people.
Yeah,
even unborn children, because one of the men I know, he had a whole family. I know a couple of them had a whole family, and then, you know, he ended up losing his family. His wife found out, but when he did come out the closet, he ain't dated no woman no more, like you say, Queen. He's with all men.
Well, yeah, that's how it goes. That's my whole thing.
You said that most men who are bi are really gay, and I have to say that's for the most part is true because I've known people, like I said, I've heard straight from the horse's mouth where guys.
Is it me?
Part of the guys are there. They would, and then they'll start telling you it's the people they dealt with. And I'm like, but there's not one woman in there, or maybe one woman that you've dealt with to 10 men, and the last woman you dealt with was 10 years ago, and ever since then it's been all men. So a lot of, like I think they just say they're bisexuals just so they can get. I'm not all the way gay like that queen, that sissy over there, just by them saying they're bisexual.
Right, so that makes them feel good. Right.
And women's bodies are more sensitive than everyone else's bodies. And so even when you're straight and you're cheating on your woman, she can tell oftentimes from the different changes down there and all of that. And so you can imagine when you're coming from the donkey to the monkey, how it's going to get, you know? And
this is all very true. So the bottom line is people just need to stop lying, honey. And if you know somebody's on the DL and you mess with them, well, you bring it on yourself. And if you're on the DL and you lying and deceiving people, well, the consequences of the actions, well, though, you brought that on yourself too. Pretty much what it is. I don't even see how people live lives like this. How you just go about your everyday life just lying, just being totally something other than what you really are. Like, who has time for that? Okay, who has time for that? Well, clearly they do. But I'm just saying, honey, I don't have time for that. Just be, if I couldn't be myself, authentically myself, and I had to act it as something other than what I am every day, you know, and I had to wear a mask that I couldn't take off, and I was fearful of getting exposed. Who wants to live like that? Like, it's best to just be yourself. And then, now Dominique said that there's no excuse for them to be on the down low in 2023 and whatever. They have all these rights and stuff. That's not the point, though. It's not about them having rights. They know that you have rights being LGBTQ. That's not the point. A lot of these men have egos. Okay? They don't want to be seen as soft, feminine, or they don't want people to mock them, because some people still do mock you, whether you have rights or not. Some people still are homophobic. Some people still don't like gay people and all of that. So they don't want to deal with any of that. And also, some people just want to keep up a facade because that's more comfortable for them than having to deal with the reality of the situation and the truth of who they are. That's how I feel about it.
And it comes down to a primal instinct now, because they're attaching that to their fetishes and their primal instincts. So that makes it even more carnal. The way that they're going about it. So it'll be more crazy and psychopathic that they're willing to go just to get, you know, what the squirrel wants.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The whole spirit of narcissism behind this, because if you're willing, and this goes for gay men too, like I said, who like sleeping with married or attached men, and then the DL men they sleep with, it's all narcissism. Because if you are willing to not care about you putting somebody else's, your wife, your girlfriend's, your children's life in jeopardy just so you can have what you want, there's nothing but narcissism. You have no concern for anybody as long as I can get away with it. And then you get mad. What does a narcissist do when they get called out? They get mad.
They get angry.
You doing me dirty, but then I call you out on it. I'm right for being mad, but I'm calling you out and you're going to get mad at me and then take my life.
Right. That's right.
And I don't blame that woman for her own death, but as a warning to women, if you suspect your husband is doing anything, whatever, only thing I fault her with is she didn't move in silence. I think she should have moved out of the house or something and then served him, especially if he has a history of being violent with her.
That's the thing. Hold on. Stop right there. That's the thing. She wasn't around him. She did move out. She had a whole protective order against him. On the day that he took her life, she went to meet him. Now, they said this was after she had served him with papers. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think that she was sticking around. She came to meet him. They said he met her on that day. And so, you know, that's when they got into an argument. She was explaining to him that, you know, I'm going to sell the house because I need to get away for a while or whatever. And then they got into this argument, and that's how it escalated. But I don't think that she was still living in the house with him, because she had a whole protective order against him at the time of her death because he had been violent before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had already been violent before. But, you know...
moment.
Right. Now, but to your point, you're absolutely right. If you notice red flags and have suspicions, and then you find out something, well, it is best to just leave and not, you know, confront the person. Because if they've been living this whole life, they're going to continue to lie. Unless you have the proof and receipts to drop right there in front of them. And even if you do, that's dangerous, as we can see. And let's not just think about this. Remember that video from a couple of years ago where the woman caught the two men during the do, and they were both masquerading as heterosexuals, and then that woman turned up deceased. They just said something happened or whatever. Was she in an accident or something like that? Something with her car? They thought somebody had messed with it or whatever. No. She got shot up. That woman got shot up in her car. So they were saying that they felt like these men, one of them did it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing. This woman did a Facebook video. How many of you all remember that? Once in the chat, if you all remember that. This woman supposedly was friends to them. Kathy B says she remembers. Yeah, Hundia said that lady with the yellow car. Yes. So, because the lady's car got shot up. She walked in on them at a house, at one of their houses or something like that, and caught them doing whatever, and she exposed them online. And then her car got shot up. And that's why because if she was just in a car accident, we wouldn't be thinking that somebody did something to her. Her car was shot up. That's what happened. But anyway, Dominique, didn't you say that one of those guys got shot like 3 months ago?
I think you told me that because I didn't
That
know.
was me that told you that. Yeah,
That was Yusuf. Yes,
the
that was
dude
Yusuf.
that got the dude who got away with killing her, for being outing him.
Mm-hmm.
She owned a tire shop, and he was later gunned down a year later.
Yeah, and likely somebody retaliating for what was done to her.
Yeah, her name. What was her name again?
I can't remember her name.
I got her name, Jane Wallfield. Her name was Jane Wallfield, 40 years old, stumbled on the two men having sex on Monday, whom she claimed that one they had previously hooked up. She left her phone and came back, and now the dude, whose name was the man accused for killing her, Jamel Carter. Jamel Carter was later gunned down also in Indiana in cold blood.
Right. Now, see, that's what I got mixed up, because when I was talking to Dominique today, I was asking Dominique, I said, well, you know, the story about such and such, and Dominique was like, what, like, seemed clueless as to what I was talking about. And I'm thinking, now, didn't me and you just talk about this last night? But it was, I'm sorry, it was me and you said. It was me and Yusuf talking about that. Hudia said she was blackmailing them. Yeah, I think she was. Didn't she ask them for some coins?
Yeah, well, my understanding is that they owed her some money. She kept
right. She owed them. That's what it was.
And then she's supposed to have caught them, and then it was going back and forth. So she was saying now the money that they owed her, she wanted more or something like that.
Right. Okay. Thornton Toffee said, how do you have the right to be mad if you're the one cheating? Definitely a narcissist. Thinking someone should be should take being cheated on in silence. Yes. I mean, that is the whole thing with narcissists. They have the nerve, the audacity to get angry when you expose them, when you find out the truth, when you let them know that you now realize they've been lying this whole time. Now they're mad. Why are you mad? Okay, she's the one that was lied to and deceived for over 2 years. 2 years while you were dating and all of these months during the marriage. Okay, you took vows to this woman and you was a whole liar. Okay, and a narcissist to boot. And then you want to sit up and take her life? It's all crazy. Exactly. And then here's the thing. He was laughing. They say he was laughing at her. He told the police that he went and got her gun and he hit her with it, but it went off. And then she ran. Okay. And he just, the way he talked about it, I mean, from the reports that I read, it seemed like he didn't have any remorse at all whatsoever. And then he just left walking down the street like everything was just all fine and dandy. You know, but I guarantee he's going to have a whole lot of time to sit back and think about and ponder his actions. Was it all really worth it? I'm sure he'll realize it wasn't, because you may have taken her life, but guess what? At the end, your secret still got exposed. That's why, like it says in the Bible, what is done in the dark always comes to light. So you can sit there and try to take the person out because they've exposed you, because they found out the truth. But at the end of the day, you still got exposed. So now you sitting up in prison looking stupid, and you done took this woman from her kids, even though her kids are grown. You know, children always need their parents. I don't care how old they get. But at the end of the day, now he's going to be sitting up in somebody's prison, probably for life, I hope for life. And you didn't even have to do this. You could have gone about it a myriad of different ways. But now, and your secret, the secret you tried so hard to conceal is not exposed regardless.
And the deceptive butt buddy is left alone as well. Because when we think about it, the dude, she called him in there with them. Right. They blackmailed her and did that. He winded up getting Kate as well. And so now old Dusty Bus is out here by himself.
Not Dusty Bus. Now with that, Yusuf is talking about the second story, not the first, with Alicia Lofton and Marcus Lofton. He's talking about the story with
y'all, don't mean to cut you off. I have to run. So
go ahead, beloved.
Again, and we'll do another panel.
Yeah, I'm about to close out because I have to run too, beloved. So okay, peace and blessings.
Everybody be blessed. Bye.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I have an errand to run before it gets too late. Now he has plenty of men to be with. He can knock himself out, says Mr. Hotel. Right, because you're gonna be around a whole bunch of men sitting up there in that penitentiary. Okay, you're gonna be in the penitentiary, honey. You can have your cream of the crop, so to speak. You can take your pick. All right, that's all I'm saying.
The cream of the cob.
Okay. Sally D said this was a very powerful broadcast. Thank you, beloved. So with that all been said, does anyone have any closing remarks before we conclude?
I have a closing question.
Go ahead, honey.
Sorry. I'm wondering, do you think that if a straight guy does all of this butt play with a straight woman, that it doesn't make him gay? And do you think that if you do it with him, that he would want to do it with a man anyway?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel like if you're straight, you wouldn't be wanting all of that. And if you did, maybe that's just something you like. I mean, people are kinky. People have their own thoughts and all of that. If you just like that and you only like it with a woman, well, of course you're not gay. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're not gay. But and if you do it with a woman, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll do it with a man if you're only attracted to women. It just goes, to whatever you're attracted to. Now, in some cases, that is suspect. You have to be on your P's and Q's, because I'm sorry, if you want somebody to tickle your whole prostate, honey, I might have questions. That's all I'm saying.
Because there's a lot of guys who do want, and a lot of girlfriends who will go ahead and slam it all the way back for their man.
Oh, now all that right there, now that's strange. I know we're not talking. If you talk about all that,
I'm talking about all that.
That's just very. First of all, here's the question with that. Pay attention. If that is the case, how did he ever know and find out that that's what he likes? I'm sorry, you don't know if you like something until you try it. So where did you try that at, boo-boo? I'm sorry, I have questions, okay? That's what I'm going to say on that. So go ahead, Dominique. This is all too risque for the queen, and I got to run real fast right now. Go ahead and say what you guys said. I'm out of here. This is not too much for TV, perhaps, but it's too much for the queen. Go ahead and say what you guys said.
Right, I'm listening. Bye, y'all.
Okay, bye, I'm loving it.
Bye, y'all.
I'm listening to you. Like when you said, "How do you know you like that?" But the moral of the story is, like you said, people ain't gonna do it because we just live in a world that gets off on lies. But tell your truth. Like me, when I was younger, I hated that I couldn't pass for straight or whatever. But after I got to be grown, like over 18 or whatever, I kind of didn't give a crap. I'm like, I'm gonna live my life. You think? But the blessing of it, looking back in retrospect, is nobody could. The biggest thing somebody could have over me back then was, "Yo, you're gay." But since everybody always knew, there's nothing nobody could hold over my head. And these DL men, if they would realize, just live your freaking life and be honest, then you ain't got to worry about nobody to expose you. There's nothing they got it. That unless you're gonna murder somebody or something worse than that. But I mean, if you live your truth, what can if you put, like you say you do all the time, you put your dirt out there before anybody else does, so then they don't have anything to hold against you. So if you just live your truth, what can somebody expose?
Right. Hold on. Somebody has a comment that I'm going to speak on before I go. Michael M says the queen can't speak on male genitalia and what they like. That's never experienced being a man. A straight man and straight woman can explore the possibilities. Well, I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I didn't speak on it. They asked me a question and I answered it. Okay. I gave my opinion. I didn't say it was facts, beloved. Now, whether you think I can speak on it or not, I can absolutely give my opinion, whether I have been a man or not. Okay? Please pay attention. Okay? I can give my opinion. They didn't ask me for expert advice, beloved. They asked me a question, and so I answered it with my opinion. Okay? Is that all right? Can I do that? I didn't say that I know anything about how it feels to have genitalia of a man. I didn't say anything about having cucumbers and eggplants. I didn't say that, beloved. What I said was that I would find that, me. I would find that very suspicious, because I would want to know, how do you know that that's what you like? And you had to have tried it, because unless you tried something, how do you know if you like it or not? Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, with that all being said, let me get out of here before I have to go in on somebody, because y'all know I don't play. With that all being said, everyone please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to the channels, and please double check to make sure you're still subscribed. And also, if you don't like what the queen is cooking, well, you already know what y'all can do, okay, please. Feel free to exit stage left and unfollow and subscribe. With that all being said, don't forget to follow the queen on TikTok at Dr._A_Shakur, on Twitter at DGoddess27, on Instagram at Dr.A_Shakur. With that all being said, so for those of you who follow the True Crime channel, I'm going to have a very interesting, shall I say, video on there tomorrow evening for you all to watch. And please tune in. And for those of you who participate in the trivia, let me just remind you that this video And the next true crime video, they will absolutely be on your trivia next week. So please pay attention. All right, with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and light. Dominique, did you have anything else to say, beloved, to add before we go out of here?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So like Dominique said, the moral of the story is just live your truth. You would do everyone, including yourself, a service if you just lived your truth. While on the other hand, if you want to live a life of lies and deceit, okay, you only do yourself a disservice. Because when that coffin drops in the ground, you're going down there by yourself. These people who you think will judge you, who you think will criticize and ridicule you, they will not be down there with you, honey. You're going to leave. You came in this world by yourself, and you're going to leave the same way. So it would behoove you to live your truth, because I'm a show live mine, honey. All right, with that all been said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Enjoy your strong end, not your weekend, leaving you in a weakened state. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got